everybody, and welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as Hisui, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy podcast. And this time I'm looking at Zettai Karen Children 368, Return of the Phantom 22. And I was correct. The person from the future that they brought with them, the fourth of the children, is of course Yuri from the future. And I don't know, it was actually kind of a rather touching chapter. I was a little more touched than I expected. But yes, it turns out that they have not found any way to psychically reach her because that's not really what's important. What needs to break this whole illusion is for Yuri to forgive herself. So they brought not some kind of trick or triple boost or anything. They've just brought her from the future who's kind of seen even worse horrors and just explains to her that, she can be forgiven, but she has to start with forgiving herself. And I don't know, that was pretty powerful little stuff from silly old Zettai Karen Children. But yeah, she's like, yeah, not everybody is going to forgive you, but you have to forgive them. And you have to forgive yourself. And basically, the illusion that Gillian, her brother, leaves is like, don't go with these fools. Just stay here with everything you want. And she's like, did I ever really want any of this? I mean, Mom's already dead. Dad's love is twisted. And you're even more screwed up than I am by our dad's crazy obsessions. There's nothing actually here. This is just kind of an illusion of what I would want. But, what everybody else here is giving me, that's the real deal. It's painful. There are going to be a lot of people who aren't going to forgive me. And it's going to take a while for me to accept what I did. But, that's the real deal. That's what I actually want. And so, Feather being made up of, the four girls pushes, the real children, and we see that Yuri is not in berserker mode anymore, but she's kind of in black-haired, her true self mode. And so, they finally saved Yuri. They can get out of there, but, the Daisy Cutter bomb is just about to go off, and, obviously they're going to make it out, but, we see, that cluster bomb just explode, in a huge explosion, and I found out that, actually, those Daisy Cutters look exactly like how they drew them in the manga, so, good on that one. But, yeah, so the house is leveled, and we see Hyobu and, Miyamoto looking at, the bomb, being like, oh no, but, they're fine. I mean, once again, it's Zettai Karen Children. You might occasionally have some twists, but that's not going to be one of them. I doubt they're going to kill off, the three major characters and now one of the more important supporting characters. Because, man, we just couldn't make it in time. Somehow, I don't think that's going to happen. If anything, the only real twist will be maybe, Feather miscalculated and they wind up in the wrong place because, they escaped, but it took so much energy that they couldn't just land where they wanted to. That's pretty much the only twist we're gonna get in the next chapter, if there isn't. If they're not just like bling, and then we teleported to the ice cream factory and we all had ice cream, or bling, we teleported to where Gillian is so we can have our confrontation with Gillian. But yeah, that's the only where they teleport to is the only real question. I mean, they have the Lightspeed Empress. They're gonna get to where they need to go. But yeah, like I said, actually, really kind of nice, kind of pacifist message in this chapter. Also just about how it's more important to kind of change yourself and forgive yourself, and that will help you change the world as opposed to just yelling at the world and hoping that you'll change in the process. I think like the internet could learn a lot from that little lesson. But yeah, not a lot happened, but what did happen was really important character growth and kind of just a nice message overall. So another short review, but I think an important one. Alright, let's see what happens with the children in the next chapter. See you guys next week. Or actually, since it's probably going to be a holiday, probably going to be doing some weirder manga next week. But until then, see you then.